Hey guys and gals, it's me George, the Shade Tree Fix-It Man, and I'll bet y'all been wondering where I've been. Well, I've been busy. I sold the Red Murray ride-on mower the other day, and I took in this mower here in trade. I gave them $10 for it. They had hit a pipe in the ground and bent the blade and sheared off the key on the flywheel, and so I got it fixed up and running. I had to change the carburetor because the carburetor was junk on it, and I was thinking about cleaning this up and selling it, but as it turns out, the motor that I was going to use on this won't work. The motor came off of a power washer, and the shaft on it is not long enough and it's not threaded in the middle to put a blade on it. So what I'm thinking is the motor that was on this Ariens was junk. It's sitting over there upside down right there waiting for me to strip it down the rest of the way. But I'm thinking I'm going to take this motor here and put it over on here. And so that's one of my projects. And over the last week or so, I bought a Craftsman ride-on mower for $40. It had this 10 horsepower Tecumseh motor on it, and it also had some good wheels and tires and some other things. And so because the motor that is on my Ariens ride-on mower, my old one here, is also a Tecumseh, it will make it very much easier to swap motors. This is a 5-horse. And as you saw, this one here is a 10-horse. And I've already done the measurements, and the outside dimensions are pretty close. So I think it's going to be a bolt-in swap. This one, of course, is electric start, so I'll have to buy a battery for it. I gave the used battery that I had, I gave with the Murray, so that it was a starting and running mower when I sold it. And I did buy a new battery to put in that, and once I build up my reserves again, I'm going to get a snow plow or a snow blower to go on that. But the other thing I've been up to is I completely stripped down the snapper walk behind. You can see the handles over there and that part of it. Of course, you already saw the motor, which is right there, and it's all back together. But I'm thinking that tomorrow, today is Thursday, I'm thinking that tomorrow I'm going to do some sandblasting. I had started using a wire wheel and a flapper disc on this, and it's just not doing the job as well as I'd like it. So I decided to take the handlebars off, which is not a hard thing to do. And this is going to be a half a restoration because the mower deck is going to get completely sandblasted and then repainted. And I'm not thinking I'm going to do much more with the handles and stuff. They're pretty good. Maybe a little touch up on the white on the handlebars. And but while I'm at it, talking about sandblasting, I'm going to take this out. And why don't I grab it right now while we're here, if I can get it out here without hurting you guys and without hurting myself, so that I can sandblast this too. And since the last time we looked at this, crash, there it goes. Let me stand it up on end. How's that? Since the last time we looked at this, I added this on here. And see what it says? Made in USA. Yep. So that's going to get painted with the frame, but then the lettering, the raised lettering, will get painted red to make it stand out. And I've still got more grinding to do. I've done a lot of it, but I'm going to do the sandblasting while I have the sandblaster out and do both pieces. And then one more thing here. How do you like my tire changer stand? No, I don't change two tires at once. I just have two tires sitting up on there. But the base is, I think it's for a set of drums or something like that, you know. But it's really heavy duty. And I'll tell you what, I'm not going to change a tire while you're right here. I'm going to show you how this works. All I have is a shaft that fits inside the wheel that's hooked into this stand. And I slide that puppy right down there like that. And then I have this piece of tube. I'm not sure what it is. I think it's a piece of handlebar actually. And that slides right over, same fit. And after I break the bead, it makes it a whole lot easier for me using this in a screwdriver to break the beads, working on it by myself and pull the tires off. I actually put tubes in a couple of the tires on the Murray using that machine, and it's a whole lot better than fighting with it on the ground. And finally, I have these two bicycles that I picked up at the dump. And this one right here, the only thing I did on it, I put this wider seat on here. This is actually off of an exercise bicycle. That way it's more comfortable for an old man. But that's the only thing I did to it. And I put a little more air in the tires. And that thing rides great. I rode uptown today to get some grease at the parts store. So that one is my replacement bicycle because I gave my other one away to a friend of mine. Then look at this mongoose in the background here. And I'm going to zero in on something that's really, really cool that's going to be going on the gadget bike if I can adapt it. Do you see that, puppy? Disc brakes. Yes, sirree, Bob. Somebody was telling me when I was putting it together I should have disc brakes. Well, there it is, disc brakes. And I'm going to try to adapt it to the rear wheel if I can. If not, we'll end up sticking it on the front. But how cool is that? And this bicycle is pretty complete too, and it'll work, but it has an issue with the rear hub. I think the bearings have gone out on it, but it's going to make an excellent parts bike. Look what else it has on it besides disc brakes. Yep, shock absorber. How cool is that? Actually, this Avalon that I have here, the one that I'm riding, it has a shock absorber built into the frame too. Front and back. It has this one here in the back, and then the front sprockets are set up with, they have suspension down inside of them. How cool is that? And yeah, this one's an alloy frame, and that mongoose in the background, that one is an all aluminum frame. Almost seems like a crime to take the disc brake off of it, but I can still fix that bicycle, I think, and get the benefit of the disc brake for my gadget bike. I could probably just swap that whole front end out because, as it turns out, I have another front end over here that came off of a bicycle that I had scrapped out from the dump a while back that also has suspension on it. But it's already set up with the standard brakes on it. So how about them apples? So I might just do that, put that on the front, take the disc brakes off of the Mongoose. Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm trying to get lawnmowers wrapped up because it's pushing towards the end of August, and soon we'll be thinking about snow blowers, and I need to get things arranged in here. So there's an update. I know I haven't been around for a while, but I've been here. I've been busy. You can see my workbench has got junk all over it again. But I haven't heard from Ken Coates, 1963 Impala two-door, for a while. I know he had a midsummer job to do, but if you think of him, send up a prayer for him, because I'm sure somewhere in his area is where some of those really bad fires are. Oh, one more thing. I have gotten a bunch of new subscribers, and what I have found is that some people who subscribe to me are not set up so that I can send them a personal message. And I like to send a personal message to everybody that subscribes to me, thanking them for subscribing to my channel. But if you're one of those people that doesn't have your site set up so that you can receive personal messages, I just wanted to say thank you for subscribing to the Shade Tree Fix-It Man channel. And I appreciate all the new subscribers, as well as my subscribers that have been hanging around with me for the last 3, 4, 5 years, I think. So anyway, now I'm really going to say goodbye this time. Thank you again. Bye now.